Michael Savage.
Afternoons 3 to 7.
On Talk 910 KNEW.
And online at 910KNEW.com.
The Savage Nation. On Talk 910 KNEW.
Warning. The Michael Savage Show contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. Here is Michael Savage.
Back to the Savage Nation. I want to move on. I've been talking about success being punished in America. I've been talking about a whole psychology to punish people of quality and to, of course, punish people who are successful and to advance affirmative action where the less qualified are pushed ahead of the most qualified. And I'm warning you that just as academia has melted down as a result of this, your life itself is going to be in danger. Now, let me give you an example. Today, there was a miracle in the Hudson River. A commercial flight ran into a flock of geese. The engines failed. The pilot had to go down. He brought it down into the Hudson River. I speculated in the last hour, thinking he must have had military training, because an ordinary pilot probably would have hit the water at the wrong angle, and the plane would have broken up. The people would have died. We just got the resume of the pilot. U.S. Air Force F-4 pilot from 1973 to 1980. Now, I want to repeat that. Air Force pilot, 1973 to 1980. Flight leader and training officer with experience in Europe, Pacific, and at Nellis Air Force Base. Serving as Blue Force mission commander in Red Flag exercises. I don't know if you understand what this means. This guy was probably one of the finest pilots in the world, working for U.S. Airways. Flight leader in the military, 1973 to 1980. The guy is a man with 2 master's degrees. The man has his own business. The man is a true hero. But let's not lose the big picture. Yes, he was the captain of this Airbus that went down. And he's been a captain of an Airbus from 1980 to the present. So the man knows the plane as well as you may know your car. But don't discount the Air Force experience. His name is Chesley B. Sullenberger III. That's correct. A real American name, Chesley B. Sullenberger III. Now, I don't know about you, but for years when I've gone into an airplane, I always used to, when I was able to look into the pilot's compartment, I always looked for a gray-haired male. And I used to joke when I used to be able to joke, saying, "I'm glad to see you're in there, Captain." And, I used to say, thank God it's not someone put in there because of their gender or their, ethnicity. Sorry, I'm laying it on the line. I'm going to give it to you the way I see it. You don't like it, turn the show off. Go listen to some propaganda that'll put rubbish in your ears. I don't care what you listen to. But if you're listening to me, you're going to hear my opinion. You want to destroy America? Then keep pushing unqualified people into every aspect of American society. Right now, the government is broken. Take a look at middle management of the U.S. government. You'll know what I'm talking about. Take a look at the deadbeats in there, pushing papers around. So here you have a pilot that saves the lives because the man had the best experience in the world. Totally the best pilot you could ever get. 19,000 hours, rated airline transport pilot, airplane single and multi-engine land, commercial privileges, glider, A320, B737, DC-9, MD-80, Learjet, 19,000 hours. Hello. Certified flight instructor, ground instructor. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Would you rather have him as a pilot or a transsexual who was put in there because of affirmative action in order to make the airlines look more like America, or shall I say more like Gavin Newsom's office? I mean, what would you rather have as a pilot, him or a transsexual with a half a beard? You get the picture, don't you? I hope you do. U.S. Airways pilot. This guy's a hero. I mean, you can't take it away from him. You can go to my website now. We have his picture up. It's on michaelsavage.com. It looks like Marlon Perkins of Zoo Parade. Remember Marlon Perkins of Zoo Parade years ago? So long ago. Probably not. But I used to like Marlon Perkins. In other words, he looks like a typical thin, older white guy, like a grandfather guy you'd see in a mall. Who would have thunk, as they say? The pilot saved the lives today. Now, will he get the credit for it? No, the mayor of New York will take the credit because he has a nice suit and tie. He saved the people. The hero, Sullenberger, 57 years old, worked for U.S. Airways since 1980 flying Airbuses, spent 6 years as a U.S. Air Force F-4 fighter pilot. Bingo, end of story. He should be president of the United States. They ought to run him as a Republican. Maybe the party can be saved again. Now that we see there's a real hero and quality really counts, you know? Quality and experience really count in certain areas. You understand or not? I do. So that's it. The pilot saved the plane. Don't give me about composites and balsa wood. I'm sure that had something to do with it floating. But I want to go back. If this man did not understand every aspect of that plane's aerodynamics and every aspect of the glide path and every aspect of impact of an Airbus on water, which he must have gone through 1,000 times in a flight simulator and in his own mind, he must have prepared for this in his entire life. What would happen if my engines failed over water? How would I glide this plane over water? He had to have done this in his head 1,000 times. He had to. He had to. For this didn't happen by chance. Planes break up when they hit water. And they have to come in on exactly the right glide path to not break up when they come in on water. So there it is. It's the pilot. Normally pilots get blamed after a crash, by the way. That's what the NTSB specializes in. You know, if there's a plane's defect, they always blame the pilot who's dead. But in this case, the pilot saved the day, and he's the hero, and he's not been seen yet. But you heard about him first in radio on michaelsavage.com. The hero of Flight 1549 is Chesley B. Sully Sullenberger III. He crash-landed the U.S. Airways A320 Airbus in the Hudson River without any fatalities that we know of. Most important thing is that he's a flight instructor, 6 years in the U.S. Air Force as an F-4 fighter pilot. You get it? Well, that's it. That's the whole story. There's nothing more to say. It'll be up on michaelsavage.com. Put his picture on the wall for your child. Put the picture of the pilot up on the wall for your child and tell him what a hero is. A real hero. Don't you love CNN? CNN's heroes. A half a hero now. Everyone's a hero but version of the world from the media. That's a hero what you have today. Hero pilot had military background. Plain and simple, that's my headline. Meet Chesley B. Sully Sullenberger III. Who did it? That's the story. They're calling it the miracle on the Hudson, which it is. The pilot's the hero. He's the miracle. Now, that's what I want to see in the military. More men like him. Not put in there because they're gay. I mean, make him a general so it looks more like the Castro district and everyone feels better. That's what they're going to do. You wait and see. Wait until you see. The whole thing's upside down. Just everything's upside down. I'll be right back.
Savage.